أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. We will continue with Surah Al-A'la, ayah number 14. قد أفلح من تذكى. Okay, definitely أفلح, successful. Man is the one, tazakka, who purified himself. Okay, purification, internal and external. The one who achieved his tazkiyah, okay? Tazkiyah, from this word is zakat also. Because zakat, it purifies the rest of your money when you give zakat. The dirt is gone and the remaining money is clean and pure. That's tazakka. Remember, there is a similar word here, don't confuse it. If you change this za into zal, okay, that's called zakat. So zakatul hayawan mean when you make the animal halal, when the animal is halal. Okay, so that is a very similar kind of word. Meaning is also a little bit resembling. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, falah mean ultimate success. Whatever you want, Allah give it to you. We loosely translate it into success. Okay, but otherwise these different words, okay, the hayya al falah. Okay, whatever you want, you get it at any time. Whatever you need protection from, Allah protect you from. You need the one which called the murad. Okay, the one murad ko pahunchne wale, the one who found the murad, ultimate goal. The one who purified himself, he did tazkiyah of himself. Okay, internal dirts, like for example arrogance and show off and too much love of the money and too much love of the status. They call hubb mal and hubb jah. Okay, and jealousy like hasad. These are all internal impurities that a person, he start purifying himself and get rid of all these things. Okay, man tazakka. Normally, tazkiyah and tahara both mean purification. But tazkiyah we normally reserve for internal purification, and tahara we use for external purification. Okay, tazkiyah. Wa zakara, and he mentioned isma rabbihi, the name of his Lord. Fasalla, and then he prayed. Okay, so three things Allah mentioned: tazkiyah, zikrullah, and salat. If you do these three things, Allah says you will get falah. The ulama also use this, like the fuqaha, they take the microscope and they say, look, when you pray your salat, so you pray your salat with what? With takbir tahrima, Allahu Akbar. And then takbir tahrima is fard. Okay, all the other Allahu Akbar in salat are not fard. Only one is fard. For example, from standing you go to bending, you say Allahu Akbar. That is sunnah. If you don't say nothing, even then your salat will be okay, and you just quietly go from standing to bending because it's sunnah. You don't even have to do sajda sahu. So all the other Allahu Akbar are what? Sunnah. This is one. So now these fara'id, they are scattered in the Qur'an. Then where are they? Okay, so there are 2-3 places where this name Allahu Akbar is mentioned. Okay, like وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. Okay, here look, the fuqaha say like this. Fuqaha are the ones who go deep in the Quran and they take out the pearls for us. They say man tazakkam is wudu. Zakara isma rabbihi is what? Allahu Akbar, takbir tahrima. And fasalla is what? It is salat. Okay, so they look from that angle. And they say, look, why? Because وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ, Allah brought fa. Fa is from ta'qib, which means something which happened immediately after the other, we bring fa. Like for example, you say, جَاءَنِي زَيْدٌ وَعَمْرٌ. Came to me Zayd and Amr. Okay, so you brought in between Zayd and Amr, what did you bring? Wow. Okay, وَعَمْرٌ. So Zayd and Amr came to me. Now, if Amr came before, Zayd came after, that fine. Wow will accommodate the meaning. There is no order in wow. If Zayd came this year and Amr came next year, that's also fine. Just mahal, the mere arrival of the two is enough. In which order and in which sequence and after how long, wow has nothing to do with that. But fa is for ta'qib. Ta'qib means immediately after one, the other is came after him. Ja'ani Zaydun fa Amrun, which means Zayd came first, and immediately after that, Amr came. Okay? समझ गए कि नहीं? Okay. Or for example, you say Ja'ani Zaydun thumma Amrun. So thumma lit-tarahi, which means there was definitely a gap. So fa is forward, ta'qib. Waw is forward, mutlaqul jam'a. Say, mutlaq means absolute, plain. Waw is forward,
mutlaqul jam'a.
Mutlaqul jam'a. And fa is for ta'qib. And thumma is for tarahi. Tarahi means gap. Okay? So the fuqaha say, look, you mentioned the name of your Lord, okay? And then first wal immediately followed by salat. This is what they say. But the regular mufassirin, they make it broad. Okay? Tazkiyah is not just wudu, the whole internal purification is tazkiyah. ذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ, you mention the name of your Lord all the time, you do zikrullah, the whole zikr. فَصَلَّ mean all kind of salat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say bal. Bal is a kalima which is for idrab. Idrab means that the case is not like that. You are not praying regularly. You are not doing enough zikr. You are not getting tazkiyah. What you are doing it, tu'siruna al-hayat ad-dunya. You give preference. Okay? Asar, mu'assir. Okay, preference, priority. Al-hayat to the life of ad-dunya, of this dunya. Okay, which is no good. You shouldn't be too much engaged. So Allah used the word tu'siruna, preferring. Allah didn't say yatlubuna. You searching for, you engaging in, you indulging, no problem, that's fine. But the problem is what? Preference is no good. Don't give preference. Don't take only akhirat and leave dunya. No, this is no good. Take both. But in which order? Take akhirat number one and dunya number two. All the time. Whenever there is a conflict, you look at akhirat. Okay? Why? Because it is khair also, wa abqa, everlasting also, durable also. If I say, I give you two houses, one is made from mud and rocks, okay, and it is smaller. The other one is big, huge, and made out of gold. But the one which is made from mud, I will give it to you forever. It is yours. And the other one, I will give it to you only for 1 year. Which one will you take? One is large and made from gold, only for 1 year. The other is from mud and rock and small but forever. Which one will you take? Abqa, the one which stay with you. So if akhirat was made from mud, but it was abqa, even then we supposed to be looking for akhirat, but the case is not. Akhirat is made from diamond, from rubies, from pearl, from jawahir, from yaqut, from zamarrud. Okay? And it is forever. And the second thing is وَأَبْقَى. It's also forever. It is everlasting. But what we do? What I am doing, what you are doing. Look, what our priorities are what? Dunya, 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 dunya. Salat is gone, this is gone, this is gone. We are so short-sighted. Which shouldn't be the case. Okay? But Allah says, but that is not the case. Tu'siruna, you give preference and priority. Al-hayat ad-dunya, to the life of the dunya. In the Quran, whenever Allah brings hayat ad-dunya, in comparison, Allah didn't say hayat al-akhirah. Have you seen in the Quran ever? Allah used hayat only for this dunya. Because there has to be an opposite when you use a word. You understand what I'm saying? Like for example, this hayat has what? Maut, death also. That hayat has no death. That is like another kingdom, another entity, beyond imagination. So Allah don't call it hayat. Why? Because there is no death there. Okay, so everywhere in the Quran Allah say hayat ad-dunya, and then Allah say man kana yuridu al-hayat ad-dunya wa man arada al-akhirata. It is hayat, and Allah don't use hayat for the akhirat. That is higher than just hayat. Okay, because if you say hayat, it means where the death counterpart. There is no death there. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say bal tusiruna, But the case is not that, and you give preference al-hayat al-dunya to the life of this dunya, wal-akhiratu, the reality is that the hereafter khairun, it is much more better also, wa abqa, and everlasting and durable also. This mazmoon, this subject matter that I just told you, that akhirat is better and need preparation. Allah say, inna indeed hadha, this subject matter, lafi, definitely was inside as-suhufi, the scriptures al-ula, earlier. Okay, which one? Suhufi Ibrahim, in the 10 scriptures that I give to Ibrahim, wa Musa in the Tawrat also. Okay, so Allah gave 10 scriptures to Ibrahim alayhi salam, and Allah gave Torah to Musa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, this subject matter is so important that it is not just in the Qur'an, it is what? In the previous scriptures also. I kept on reminding the mankind, they take what? The akhirat, give preference to the akhirat. Okay, so Hufi in the scriptures of Ibrahim and Musa.
Qad, definitely, aflaha, successful, man is the one, tazakka, who purified himself. Wa zakara, and he mentioned isma rabbihi, the name of his Lord, fasalla, and he prayed, so he prayed. But
this lam is thin. This lam is what?
Thin.
Why? It is not the name of Allah. All the lams which are not the name of Allah are what?
Thin.
Thin mean empty mouth. Like for example, look, full mouth is fasalla, and empty mouth is what? Fasalla. Okay? So this is easy. All the lams in the Quran which are not the name of Allah are what?
Thin.
Empty mouth, thin. Like alladhi, ulaika. Okay? The name of Allah is also thin. Only one case. When before is what? Before is fatha or dhamma. Okay, or there is nothing before it. Like for example, you say Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. There is nothing before it. Okay? Or before is what? Fatha. Okay, like Adha Ballahi. Or there is Dhamma. Adha Bullahi. So all your lams are covered now. Can you repeat?
So all the lams are thin, except if
which are not the names of?
Which are not in the names of Allah. And also Allah's name is thin. Lam in Allah's name is thin, except if there is Dhamma before it, or if there is Fatah.
Or there is nothing.
And there is nothing.
Like Allahu la ilaha. So what is remaining in the name of Allah? Kasra. So you say A'udhu.
A'udhu billahi.
Why?
Because there is
Kasra before. So A'udhu, you don't say A'udhu billahi. How you say? Billahi.
Billahi.
Bis?
Millah.
Millahi. हो गया ना?
Yes.
हाँ. So फिर फसल्ला नहीं पढ़ना है. कैसे पढ़ेंगे?
Fasalla.
फसल्ला.
But tu'siruna, you are preferring al-hayata, the life, ad-dunya, of this dunya, wal-akhiratu, and the akhirah, and the hereafter, khayrun, is better, wa abqa, and is everlasting. Inna, indeed, haza, this, lafi, in it, indeed, in as-suhufi, in the scriptures, al-ula, the earlier. Suhufi, the scriptures, Ibrahima, of Ibrahim alayhi salam, wa Musa, and Musa alayhi salam.
MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah.